Okay, so welcome to our game of Star Wars. We are up to session number 72. Hard to believe we've actually hit 72 sessions so far. And the group has hit 295 sessions. We're up to 601 videos.
601! Yay!
And in the background we have celebration music from Under Earth Hell Black Sky. I thought it was a very fitting title for the actual music.
Yeah.
So today online we have Mark.
Why, hello. I'm playing Asgard, the team fighter pilot. Depends on who you talk to, the gunman or myself. But also Deathwatch, heavy weapon specialist. Also, good all-around good guy who's really getting better at working with the team.
And not once have you tried to kill off everyone, so obviously not doing Deathwatch justice.
Well, except for the last person last session.
Well, as in you're not trying to kill off the other PCs.
Oh, no. I've got over my Deathwatch.
Deathwatch at this stage is but a fond memory.
Just a name, not a career now.
Oh no, there's still plenty of Deathwatch around.
Oh, I'm sure there is. I'm sure I'm going to meet them one day.
They are currently in charge of Mandalore.
Oh, that's right.
Working with the Empire.
Yep.
Because you're about to hit Rebels next season.
Yep.
Also online we have Ross. As this is also the last session of this season.
Yep.
Okay. Yes, I play Khalid, the Enforcer, Gadgeteer, droid mechanic of the group, and with his faithful little assistant droid, PAD-01. Now thinking of trying to work out how to waterproof them even more for operating in depths of the water with the pressure and all that.
I believe carbonite works well for that. Very good waterproofing in carbonite.
Note the dead silence from the players.
Okay. Draft one for the DM. Got you.
I'm quite happy that it was dead silence. If someone had said, okay, that sounds great, I was like, I'll see if I can work that in there.
I was tempted by that, actually.
And at the
Not
table,
bad for a droid name.
carbonite.
Yeah.
Or carbon scoring. At the table today we have Kesley.
Hello, I'm playing Chaotic Capeweir, Mandalorian bounty, martial artist, clan security. Formerly was the leader, had to earn her
Stripes back.
honor back as a Mandalorian. And at this stage from the clan, she essentially has to basic level, and now she's trying to earn back in her view to where she was before. Used to be very much by the rules, but now has learned that sometimes you can just bend the rules a little bit, especially if those rules are stupid.
So more of a guideline than a rule.
Yeah. So,
Much like the pirate code.
exactly. You could almost think of her as Elizabeth Spawn. You're just like, oh, but it's a guideline. It's fine. It's with the rule. No, it's a bit more of a guideline. So yeah, that's kind of good at hitting things, and yeah, that's it.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll end up dueling someone again soon.
And then dying, almost, and somehow coming away with just a scratch, much like the Black Knight from Monty Python. It's just a scratch.
Next up we have is Mike.
Hello, I am playing Brum Brum Crash, a Gungan ace pilot, pod racer, speed racer,
Go, Street Racer.
yes, computer
Everything sounds like.
aficionado,
Hopefully you're okay with having him.
Thank you.
from the Panorama Mountain Raceway of Naboo.
Before they blow it up, I'm sure.
Yes. And yeah, that's me.
Okay. Making it back to the table is Ariadna.
Not quite. Still trying to deal out hot beverages, particularly my own. I am Thane True Striker, otherwise known as Thea, current leader of the clan. Getting to a point, hopefully, to train Kiana to come back to leadership again.
Oh, but Thea has the cool shiny swords.
Yeah, no, I do have the cool shiny swords, but
And perhaps maybe feeling some things in the Force.
This would be the precise reason why I'd be fine with, Kana and Khalid being capable of taking leadership, and you guys might have a few opportunities created by Thea to act in leadership position. I don't know that you'll get the pay. It's a bit like public service. You're acting 8 years 6, but you don't get paid necessarily.
And while the other person's still alive, you cannot take the role.
Yeah, that's it. You can't, until the incumbent is killed. Might be signing my own prophecy here. We don't want to do that. Anyway, so I out of armor. I appear with black hair and blue streaks, and blue eyes, human, and in armor. I don't look as cool as Mandalorian, but I try.
Well, the group did do quite well last session.
Yeah, they did.
You did a 3-pronged attack without losing a single person.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, all good.
We did take over an entire base and stop 2 incoming ships.
We did lose one door.
I have to say my brain's just a little bit scattered today, so I apologise.
Oh, good.
Hopefully, I won't lead us all into an ambush of some sort.
So does anyone want to do the recap for last session?
Oh, I finally remember last session now. It just took me until now.
Go for
but
it.
I'll let you...
No, go.
No, all I've got is this brief idea of that we actually
Succeeded.
moved on from the atoll that we were on, and we actually went to that mobile survey station,
Yeah.
and then we actually went into space to deal
3
with
sessions in the
the
making.
Empire. But up until then, one of the reasons that was influencing my introduction was I had completely forgotten the last session. So I thought we were about to go into this thing where we had to take over this survey station where we're going to be outnumbered 50 to 1
And the answer
and
was
we
no.
might die.
No, we did it.
I've been commanded to eat, so I'm just going to go get food.
Yes, go get food. So for where we were, we had our plan of action, and then all that was left was to do the action. So we got a good idea of what the base kind of looked like. We found a good way in, so we had Kiana and Ash go up top to go down through the elevators. We had Carla, Thea, and Broom Broom head up through a different area to try to get to the computers and the comms. And thankfully, with good dice rolls along the way, we remained stealthy. If somebody did see us, they got a knife to the face. So we didn't have to worry about that too much.
Did take you a couple of blows to try to take the guy down.
Yeah, there was a couple of them where they needed to, for sure. And there was a funny moment where Kiana and Ash were in the lift opens, guy sees us, we try to pull him in, and he's like, hey! And then, we managed to take care of him, so it was fine. We were able to lock down the station, take essentially take over through comms and the computers. And with that, we had Ichthay come through to take over, and we knew that there were a couple of Imperial ships coming into atmosphere, so we needed to go get them. So we took our ships, headed on up. Ash and Broom Broom took 2 TIE fighters that they had access to, and managed to defeat the TIE fighter security that the 2 ships had, and then we also managed to take down both of the ships that were incoming.
There was a TIE fighter shoot-off, wasn't there?
There was.
Who won again?
The TIE fighter.
We did.
We did.
Yes.
No, but wasn't there a competition between
Yeah, from one by one ship.
Broom Broom
Broom Broom and Ash?
Yeah.
Because the other one only counted as one.
Yeah.
I
that,
was
only
actually gonna-
that only counts as one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I went for the big ship and he went for the little ship, so that's
Yeah.
the problem.
So we were able to take care of everything. So officially the station is under our control, and the ships that have come in are incapacitated and also under our control. And then I believe
And they surrendered.
yeah, they all surrendered. I believe.
Which happens when someone blows their engines out.
Yeah, we got the important thing. We got the report, and from their report, and it was like, yeah, no, it's really good. So we gave it to Ichthay to change it to say, no, it's really bad, and then we sent our copies of the reports to not only Ichthay and then the pirate captain and Captain Charmer. We also sent it to send the correct reports to Randall.
Yeah.
I have that here. Yep.
Okay.
Obviously later. Happy 601st video.
Yay!
Okay, so
yeah,
yes, you come back to the base. You are able to bring in Ichthay and your ship, and potentially bring down the or have the 2 Imperial ships taken onto the pirate ship.
Yep.
Not that they can technically fit inside it, but he can literally take them.
Yeah. Okay.
That'll probably be a lot better.
Yeah.
Because then all there will be is debris in space, if that, and no sign of any technology.
But yeah, plus it also expands the pirate fleet. If they wanted to do that way.
Charmer has come down with one of his blast boats to talk about terms of what you want to do. So you have Ichthay, Charmer, an Alluvian leader.
Yep.
And now you have to decide what you're going to do with the fact that you now have a few assets at your disposal.
We have
So
quite a few. We have 6 TIE fighters and a large mining rig
And a scout base.
and a scout base.
Yeah, and a lot of droids as well that need to go through and memory wipe and searching for any nasty little programs in them.
So, question becomes, what do we do with all these things? Our obligations are to Randall Mining to help them claim the planet.
Mm-hmm.
That is our obligation to them.
Which means the Imperial base would have to be removed.
Yep. So how do we get this thing off planet?
So what was that, Mark? What did you want to say?
Well, I think we also should make sure we look after the locals. They deserve some sort of... They helped us with our situation as well. So we might want to talk to Randall about that when we Randall. I think having TIE fighters near us in some sort of way might attract attention?
I think the pirates should have it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking personally too. Yeah. I don't like us having TIE fighters taken from an empire that might have a bigger ship than us.
Whereas if the pirate ship that already has something that it's not supposed to have also has TIE fighters, that becomes their problem?
Yo.
Sounds fair.
Well, the other factor is
already have
also
6
graceful
blast
movements.
Yeah, like they have 6. Ooh, we could trade them for one of the blast boats that we wanted.
Yeah, right.
Because we did want that.
We did.
It was like, we will trade you 6 TIE fighters for 2 blast boats. I don't know what the equivalent exchange is.
Well, I was going to say, do we have any idea of what the value of TIE fighters versus the boats are?
I'm just looking that up now.
I think the TIE fighters are like 100,000 or something like that.
So the blast boat is worth 150,000 credits,
Okay.
and a TIE fighter is worth 50. So technically, 6 TIE fighters for a blast boat is you're giving the TIE fighters away half the cost for a brand new blast boat.
So 6 TIE fighters for 2 blast boats would be an equivalent exchange.
Probably, but the blast boat could probably take out 12 TIE fighters with less problems.
Yeah.
6 TIE fighters for 4 blast boats.
Yeah, I was going to say, we should...
Well, what about this, that we do the 6 TIE fighters for the blast boat, and also maybe call in a favour later on?
Could be something.
Honestly, I
What was the
think
math again? Sorry?
if I was the pirate captain, I wouldn't even bother trading the blast boats.
The big thing about the TIE fighters is they will require far more maintenance to keep running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And can be taken out by anything that hits them.
Yeah, because they're pretty easy to just...
And the
How was
blast
the TIE
boats
fighter
all have...
compared to my Mandalorian ship?
So your Mandalorian ship is probably about at a 0 to the cost. And it is probably not as powerful, not as fast, but you have shields.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'd rather have shields then, yeah.
Well, remember how we were talking about the MG?
Yeah.
I think the TIE fighter would be equivalent of that, an MG, and yeah.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
I don't
TIE
know
fighters are
why
actually useful.
Ash is even vaguely considering a TIE fighter instead of whatever he's got. Because it's kind of like the MG.
That's what he was just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would take a Ford over a
TIE fighter?
TIE fighter.
Well, the TIE fighter gives you options for infiltration,
Yeah.
which you
That's true.
just showed in the last session.
Yeah.
What about we keep... so how much did we say one TIE fighter versus
50,000.
50,000 credits?
For a
Yes.
brand new one.
a blast
Well,
boat?
if you go,
150.
well,
So
no. The thing
let's-
is, if you're going to do the TIE fighter, that means that you need also to take the carrier as well that brought the TIE fighters along.
I was going to say, we could keep a couple of TIE fighters and get one blast boat.
But we don't have the facilities to maintain.
We have a clan. We have a very big clan.
Actually, we do have the facilities. It's called this base, and also the ship that brought the other TIE fighters.
Yeah.
So they would have had to use maintenance. But
They're
as soon as the
technically-
parts run out,
They have been
That's
salvaged
the-
by the pirate because you had no capacity to salvage them.
The TIE fighters.
So technically, you have control of the 6 TIE fighters. They have control of the 2 Imperial mining ships that came into system.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what about...
So
We-
trading him something that he's already taken is
Doesn't
the same as him taking the claiming the TIE fighters and him claiming the TIE fighters. You've currently got them, so you say they're yours.
So, for clarification, what do we have out of... What,
You have 6 TIE fighters plus the
Floating
scout base, which also has multiple vehicles on board it.
So if we've got
Which
the
includes the space sea-doos and stuff.
Yeah, space ski-doos, space sub, and space boat.
Yes.
what we could do is this servo ship, is that, did you say it's capable of actually going into space, or was it dropped in by the Imperials?
The scout base
The
would
scout
have
base,
been dropped, yes. It could technically be picked up by a big enough ship.
So we could ask our clan to come and pick up the scout base if we want to. Negotiate with each day to see if he wants to keep it and give us something in return.
Your clan may take a while to get here.
Does Itchthey and his ship have the capability of taking us out? Or, I was going to say this is pretty big.
The fact that your two ships can land on it means there's no way you can lift it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It would have to be like a full, big ship.
Actually,
But
how
am I
big are
right?
the mining vessels that the ships that were coming in?
One of them, well, technically both of them could have picked it up, but you didn't have. You came back to the planet with your TIE fighters because you didn't have the capacity to board the ships, capture the crew, and technically take over the ships. But the pirates did.
But theoretically, each they could make use of the scout ship and all the vehicles on it, and might be willing to give us money for that.
The scout base, which
Yeah.
you can't leave on planet.
But he might also have the facilities or the good relations with the pirates to move it.
Yeah.
Either
Last
that
time-
or we negotiate with the pirates ourselves.
Last time he talked about the pirates, he said he didn't get along with them.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Alright.
So, you get along with the pirates, you get along with each thing.
But
They
they
don't
don't-
get along with each other.
Alright.
We're Switzerland.
And if the base is here and anyone else shows up, the Empire's claim is then cemented as ownership of the planet.
Yeah, because technically there's an Empire Empire-owned facility on planet before anyone else was.
Outside of negotiating with the pirates to move the scout ship, we're kind of we don't have a lot of options.
Blowing it up is the other option.
Ooh, I like that option, but is that going to be bad for the people who
I'd
live
rather sell
underwater?
it to the pirates and blow it up. At least we
I'd
get money.
rather have somebody maintain
Even a
it and use
discount.
as a deterrent for the Empire, because if they've got so this base, how many TIE fighters can it hold?
You can hold 12.
Okay, gotcha. So I think we almost leave these things here as a defense mechanism for people.
Yeah, Probably
Again, I'm pointing out to Mark, if this base is left on planet, everything you've just done for this entire storyline will be undone.
So it has to leave.
You will have failed this part of the story if it's left on planet.
So I propose we contact the pirates, see if
They're
they
here.
want it, see if they'll give us some money for it.
Yeah.
Or either that, or seeing if they actually will, if they're willing to pick it somewhere.
Yeah, the other option is see if they'll transport it for us if they don't want it. And at least hide it away for ourselves. I think just blowing it up is wasting a fairly significant resource that we've worked
Well,
hard to
the
gain.
other issue is still blowing it up means that it's still here.
Question, isn't there still just a bunch of people here? Like
They
Imperial
will.
people?
No, you set the Alluvians on them.
Oh, gotcha, yeah, that's
We
right.
allow-
And
Things to
then
take
when
revenge.
the leader offered his people surrender, you accepted his people's surrender, knowing he was the last one left.
That's right, I forgot about that part.
I didn't.
It was crab.
How do you forget about that?
Crab people.
Yeah.
That's all I got. No, that's funny. Yeah, so we are currently in negotiation with Alluuvia leader, Itchthey, and Captain Charmer. We're in a room with all of them.
Okay, so that's
So these are the people we're currently talking to.
Who are discussing how to,
Divide resources.
pretty much divide the spoils.
Because this,
Because-
like, to be fair, it was a joint operation.
Each day is part of trying to make the best for the people here, and he's the one who's also pointing out that if the scout base is left or any remnant of it, it could be done as prior claim.
So,
Yeah.
what does each day want to do with the scout base?
It has to get off planet.
His recommendation is taken to another system.
Okay.
Even if it's just tossed into the star in another system, as long as it's not left here.
Should we ask the Alluvian leader what more is he to gain from all of this?
Well, he's now gotten revenge on the white crabs,
The White Shells, they are defeated!
who apparently didn't have many shells inside the base.
Nah, they were
They were all soft and squishy.
They were mollusks. They were out of their shells at the moment.
Hermit crabs.
And apparently they locked all their shells up in a armory.
And Captain Charmer, what is he laying claim to? What's his side?
Well, he has captured and recovered the 2 ships that had come into the system, because basically if he hadn't done so, they would have eventually escaped.
Yeah. But
And he had to actually board and take said ships.
So he has the 2 mining ships that came into the system.
The supply ship and
We,
the carrier.
We at the moment have the base that's on the ground and the 6 TIE fighters.
what kind of communication do I have with the clan, considering I've got the long-range transceiver?
You can talk to them, but the closest major vessel for the clan is probably at least a month away.
That's not where I'm going.
Just
What I want to find out is if we were to get this, the value of this scout ship and the TIE fighters on it, is it worthwhile
Base.
for us? Or
It's a
scout
base.
base, yeah. Sorry, I'm not retaining terms. I'll try to though. I gather the value of the TIE fighters and scout base is sufficient enough that if we negotiate with Charmers to get it somewhere else until the clan can get to it, it would be significant input to their resources, whether they sold it all off, reused it, made use of it in some way.
But we would have to give him something
Yeah.
to convince him
And
to...
that's what I was thinking.
is
Though
Part-
technically Mark did disable one of the capital ships.
Exactly.
yeah.
Which is what the point was I was thinking of making is, once we start talking to Charmers outside of player speak, is that, well, we did make a significant contribution towards taking out the capital ship, so perhaps in return for that they might be willing to help us transport the scout base off planet to somewhere where it can be tucked away until the clan can get to it, or until we can divide it up and sell it off ourselves.
I bet going back to your question about the communication, would it be worth us trying to comms to Captain Dom or somebody else in the
That's-
family to see if this is something even the family finds even worth keeping?
That's precisely like I'm like, can I
Yeah.
communicate with the clan?
Just to see if it's something that we want to keep, or do we want to try to sell it to the pirates?
sell it off
You
to
can.
the pirates, correct? Yeah. So, excuse me. That's where I'm like.
Yeah, I saw where your mind was going.
Can I excuse myself or ourselves from the room, or
Oh, they're happy
maybe
to
send-
wait for you to talk to your people.
Yep. Yep. So.
I know one person we can offload it to. I'm not sure of the money.
eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, eBay won't give us any money. Technically,
He'll
we
have-
owe him.
He'll have money, yeah. It'll be a case of... It'll pay off... Go
debts.
towards paying off some of our debts.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
the
be
debts
enough.
that he says that we owe him.
It wouldn't be enough to pay them off.
Yeah.
Because I know how conniving
It
that
would-
little
former character was.
Former character.
Guarantee that like whatever there is has compounding
That
interest.
it will pay off maybe 20% of what we owe.
Yeah.
I think 20% is generous as a forecast.
I agree.
Well, that's factoring in the scout base
Yeah.
as well. If it was just the 6 TIE fighters,
Yeah,
it would be
no, I'd
2%.
pick eBay or anything that's worth 17.5%.
Yeah. But yeah, so how about you go over to that side of the room and you comms
If
with.
they're happy to wait, I'll leave the room and
Yeah.
let you guys chit chat with the people, or if someone wants to come with me. I'm not quite sure what sort of a role is required for operating a long-range transceiver.
Well, you have the frequencies. You have at least 2 ranks in computers, don't you?
I'm gonna find out. Just pulling it over
I
here.
could assist with that.
Computers.
Need be, if need be.
I've got myself down as 1 rank. I've got 1 yellow, 3 green, 2 blue.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around the armory and just guard everything there since we don't have a locked door. But
Well,
We can fix that up.
Room Broom Crash can definitely
Help
configure
me
it all
out.
for you.
Alright, so I'll take Brum Brum. I'll leave Kayana Khaled to monitor and keep the conversation going.
And I can just hear in the background Ash going, "What about me?"
Well, Ash already indicated that he wants to kind of keep a watch over
the armory, because that's armory's the other
armory.
thing we've got all that
Is-
stuff in the armory.
However,
Ash the one to sing to himself while he's on duty?
yeah, I was gonna say.
What about me? Isn't that? I won't stop the copyright. So, yeah. But anyway, I'll just sit in the armory and just start keep counting the guns and grenades again because I just like doing that stuff.
Click on, click off, click on, click off, click on, click off.
Click on?
I'm just
Wait,
Like,
what do you mean?
Was that a click on or a click off?
I
lost
would really
count.
like to hear Ash
Hit the start
role
again.
playing, clicking on and off the lights to make a little bit of like disco music and do some pretend karaoke while he thinks no one's watching.
So I'm just sitting on the box of things with a big gun, just watching the entrance, so no one comes in here. So
Ping goes
Huh?
out, ping goes out.
Aren't you just doing inventory all the time for
Ping goes
the
out, ping
weapons?
goes out.
yeah, but I'm doing it at the same time. So I'm trying to actually see how many grenades, see how many. I know I've already discussed this already. We found out last session, but it's more just making sure no one's taking anything in between. So
That's okay, and I'm sure the missiles you're sitting on are absolutely perfectly safe.
especially with me around, no problem with the door.
So I'm going in comms
Mhm.
room.
Wait up for me, sir.
You're the 2 meter tall one. I'm probably
Yeah.
running to keep up with you.
Wait, he's a gun. He's a coordinated gun, but he's
Yeah.
a gun.
He's a gun.
So walk even faster.
And the smartest gungan around.
Yeah.
It's the Gungan
He's
with
the only
the...
gungan around.
Well, he does have 6 int now.
He does, yes. That's smart.
Right.
I hardcore thought you were bringing out your laptop just to be like, yes, comms. Boop, 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 boop.
Yes, the Gungan with
Okay.
the... was it... Dungeons.
So, yellow.
I was gonna say we're just doing a roll, are we?
Well, he's got 2 yellows, so
3.
3 yellows.
Three
So for you, you don't have to roll. You can just pretty much configure it because you know how to
Count that.
set it up.
I was gonna say I also have the 2 blue.
Lots
I
of
don't know if that
successes.
helps.
He's extremely well trained, which is the ranks in it he has.
Okay.
Which could have actually been a failure if you had a rolled purple dice.
Exactly. You actually only have 1 success.
But I feel really
Yeah,
amazing
No,
about
it doesn't have to be a roll. We're just rolling.
Oh, okay. You're just rolling to see what it was.
Yeah.
Just to try and
No.
not try it.
Yes.
He ended up with a single success on the dice roll he rolled, which was actually quite funny because it could have been no successes at all.
Yeah, it actually wasn't really fun.
Yep.
I feel like I'm gonna start off the name of this session with splitting the spoils.
What's your good name?
It works.
Okay. So the base will be called Jupiter 1.
Does that mean you're going to dump it in a gas giant and hope for the best?
What I love is how
At least I'm going to have a good cake.
this is probably almost a reference almost no one will get, but all the specialists and doctors that I've had for more than 10 years all know that the nerve point on my back is called the Jupiter spot because it's
Big red
it
spot.
comes up with a red spot like the storm on Jupiter, just on its own, about the size of a 50-cent piece.
Very interesting.
And he's also hotter than the rest of her body.
So it's really funny
So
hearing,
it is a
you know,
storm,
the
yeah.
specialist, the psychologist, or you know whoever it is. They're like,
Yeah.
so you know, what is the Jupiter spot doing today? And you're like, how have they learned this?
You also
really
described it
unique
to
turn?
them. You also described it to them.
Yeah, well they've
Okay.
seen it.
Yeah. No, that's
Okay,
actually really
so-
interesting.
Yes, you've managed to get Dom on the line.
Yep.
Always happy to talk to family, he says.
I will say the equivalent of greetings, Captain. We've managed to have quite a bit of success thanks to the combined efforts of the clan. We have managed to take the Imperial scout base here, which also includes 6 TIE fighters at the moment. 6 TIE fighters, quite a few watercraft and submarines, lab equipment, weaponry.
A boat.
Yeah,
It's intact. The only damage is the armory door.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have a
Um,
mechanic that can fix it.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I think the resources here are worthwhile recovering, but of course we're on Alluuvia, and it's going to take a while. We can't stay here. I guess what I'm trying to get back in info from you is it worth making a deal with the local pirates here? And seeing if they will move the scout base to somewhere nearby until clan members can recover it.
I believe he's more than happy for you to do that. He's sure from the sounds of it that he could even use it at on the Alma downside
Well,
because of it also being an ocean world.
of course.
Okay, I keep on thinking it was the opposite for some strange reason.
It has lots of islands, but it's an island world. So literally
Oh,
a
okay.
floating.
I thought it was a large continent world.
No, it was a small island world. Lots of little islands everywhere.
So.
Okay. So basically, the only thing that we need to do is get some new paint to repaint the whole thing, so it doesn't look like an Imperial base.
So I had 2 questions I needed to ask. The first being, do you feel it would be easier to just sell it off to the pirates, or useful enough to move it to the Alma base? And do you happen to know how far the Alma base is from where we are?
For you, it's over a month travel away,
Okay.
and it would be difficult for them to come get unless it was dropped very close to their doorstep.
How difficult would it be for the pirates to move it?
Not as difficult as they do have big ship and they do have holographic cloaking technology.
Captain, do you have advice on what kind of payment would be reasonable to ask the pirates to move this for us?
He can offer some repair work on their vehicles.
Yep.
And access to his station as a safe haven,
Okay. I might go for that.
which is better than money they don't quite have yet because they couldn't afford to pay for it in credits.
No, we don't really kind of have that kind of money.
Though we have now got an arrangement with Randall for materials to be shipped regularly out to our station. Because of you guys getting the planet claimed in their name.
Yeah. Well, that was That was the main goal.
But it also means it's not a money trail, so
Is it
it's a lot easier to fly under the radar as goods instead of money.
worth trading in one of the TIE fighters or two of the TIE fighters? Or try and keep it to
Very
non-monetary?
few pirates would actually want a TIE fighter.
Fair enough.
It's basically the
They would use the parts. They would break it down.
it's best used for parts, not best used for actual defense.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say we
It's
could.
like having a Formula 1 car to go do the grocery shopping.
I'll look to Brum Brum who's in the room with me and say, would you be willing to carry out that kind of mechanical work? To trade for moving?
You could always make it ugly.
It's also one of those things where we also have all this stuff in the armory that, like, we could negotiate the pirates having. Along with the other.
I think some of that would probably go.
I was gonna say we want to keep
Other
it.
than the armor.
But he does say
We
that
wanna keep as much as
having
we can.
Yeah.
Imperial ships equipment does make strikes against the Empire a lot easier. Because flying in with their own gear, they're less suspicious.
Well, that's why I was asking. We could maybe incentivize them to cooperate with us in exchange for, say, a TIE fighter, because even though it's typically something they want, we could possibly sell or convince them that this is something they could use if they want to strike against the Empire.
He would say don't do that, because as soon as those parts go on the market,
Yeah.
that means
Yeah.
the
Flag
Empire
the
is going to come looking for the rest of it.
Fair enough. All right.
Either destroy the lot or bring it to a place where the Empire's not coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's his recommendation.
Okay.
Yep. That's the main thing I want. So.
The only other thing is, if the pirates were going to be doing strikes against the Imperium, they may use it for a short while before they break.
Yeah, the answer basically is we don't trust the pirates to use the equipment cleanly, and we don't want it to come back on us before we're ready. So we'll negotiate as per the captain's
That's
we
that-
can't blow it up where it is. We would have to take it somewhere to blow it up.
which means you have a bunch
Throw it in the
of
stars.
salvage in the system to collect.
Yeah.
Luckily, you've got very good salvages.
Yeah, so the other option is to see if someone like eBay would want it, but he would give us like, what it's worth.
He would not give us anything likely.
No good deal. Alright, no questions from Brum, who's made the call for me. He's just plugging in the buttons, doing the whole secretarial work.
Yep.
You wearing a cute skirt today?
Yes.
I will not do an occupational, bad thing and smack you on the butt and tell you look how good you look.
Yep.
I will just compliment you on
And the nice leg shot.
no, I will compliment on the professionalism of your outfit today. And when you're not looking, watch you as you walk away.
I like how you went from no, I'm not gonna harass you to light harassment. It's fine.
Well, look, no one knows if I don't say anything out loud, and they're on the way out the door. I'm only human. Well, I'm not Gungan. I'll
That's what makes it concerning.
I did tell people my brain was slightly scattered today, didn't I?
So, is this
Too
what you
many and yet not enough injections.
Is
The captain
this-
likes them tall.
Is that bestiality?
Is CD?
But they don't really have an interspecies word for it. They have it. The bestiality is the only form for unknown intelligent.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is more
Brumbrum's intelligent.
xenophobia.
He's
That's
got
what I
like
mean.
6.
Or no,
That's why I'm
xenophilia.
saying bestiality doesn't quite apply to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get my scattered brain back on track.
Though I
So-
think there is one for aliens though.
Yeah, I'm
Sign
pretty sure.
off.
I'm pretty sure it's xenophilia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll sign off.
Sign off. Bye.
No,
You guys return.
I was merely checking as a player whether or not Mike wanted to have any input to the phone call, so to speak. And as I said, Scatterbrain just went off with that vision of the old-time secretaries, you know, how
So
they do
the old boards.
the telephone boards, and
Yeah.
they put one into the other.
In the
and-
short skirt.
Yeah, they're always dressed in those neat
They
little
always
sort
have a
of
cigarette.
office things, and yeah, chain smoking.
Yeah.
Just because it's so.
And
cool
occasionally
stuff.
they'd forget which one they were plugging in.
Yeah.
That Mike understands. I don't mean to sexually harass him. All right, we'll go back to the main room.
Okay.
I'll if you guys all you two standing together, Carlin and Clanner.
Yeah.
I'll just say, look, the captain's Captain Dom wants us to would like us to try and negotiate moving this closer to, was it Alma? If not to Alma itself. Almaran. But
At
he
least close.
recommends that we try to keep the negotiation down to trade, as in our skills, and maybe a few parts of stuff we have, not the Imperial stuff, rather than just straight credit for credit. We might try and push a little bit for the fact that we also took out the capital ship.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
So, the pirates, they project the Scourge. The station we have had the Scourge dock. Are these one and the same? Or are they different?
Different.
So we had the actual Scourge,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just project the Scourge. So, they would actually be right at home, because we know exactly the schedule of when the Scourge is supposed to come by. And it's like, hey, as long as you don't come by on this date, you can use our station. You can come to us for repairs, because they do have a thing that needs to be repaired.
Yep.
And
we
great joint work done.
We can also help them repair a few things on the station while we're
while we're here, we can help repair.
Yeah,
And their
so-
big freighters got enough juice to lift up the Imperial base.
Yeah, because
Yes. So that's all the things we can offer, as long as they can get the base close-ish to Alderaan.
So, just player speak. Mark's upped his negotiation skills because he wants to be a better negotiator. Does he want to be involved in talking to Captain Chalmers at this point? Because I can call him over and send Broom Broom off to take over from guard duties. Or Broom Broom can stay for negotiation if he wants to.
I've only got 3 green for negotiation.
Yep, so...
And only 2 green for coercion.
Negotiations? What's these negotiations? Pull out blaster. I'm slightly better at this.
So I would
Well-
probably say have someone that is really good in 2 of those things.
Negotiation is a good one. These are
Or
so far.
yellow on negotiation.
What about coercion or deception?
Coercion, I've got 4 green. Deception, I've got 3 green, but I'm not planning
Ross
to deceive or
speaking up.
coerce.
Yeah.
Ross speaking.
I am trained in coercion, and I do have my looming ability.
Yeah,
But that's only for if the negotiation goes bad.
Yeah.
Better to
Yes,
be
Just
so-
remember, I'm the bad cop.
better to be safe than sorry.
So, as a clan kind of leader, I would keep Khalid with me as my main second. But I could, because I'm also where I want to develop my other clan members' skills and things, quite happily have a changeover of the guard and swap Brum Brum out for Ash to give him that opportunity to assist with negotiating, so he gets some experience.
So basically, I just sit in the background
Yep.
and loom.
Yep.
And that gives you 2 advantages.
So if you guys are happy with the changing of the guard,
Mhm.
if you're
Yeah.
happy to sit in the background,
Yeah.
because 3 people negotiating is
It's
probably-
hard. It's too much.
is-
I think we should
I
give
hand over
Ash
to
a
Brum
go.
Brum. I say, do not pull the pin out of this grenade, and then I hand it to the grenade stream.
And how many times did you push the button?
I forgot.
Just don't press it again.
I'm so glad you have an intellect of 6.
Hmm.
You already know not to put the pin out of the grenade.
Yep.
If I've overheard Ash say that just over comms or anything like that, I'm going to close my eyes quietly and go, I really hope he's better at negotiation than he is at...
Launching grenades.
Well, at least he didn't bring the grenade up and say, hold this, and then start negotiating with them.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know,
Here, hold it.
That's something that they'll be using, was it a coercion?
Yeah.
It would.
Alright, so, me and Ash, doing the negotiation with,
Ash has got 3 yellows, by the way, rank 3.
Valid Looming, yep. So, I got 4, you got 3. But do you want to do...
I was gonna say we could have Mark do the role play
Yeah, do the role play.
if
Yep.
you feel
Or
up for it.
we could joint the role play. There's no reason why the 2 of us can't do it together.
Yeah.
But I'll let you take the lead after kind of an introduction, because it'll be weird if the clan leader doesn't
Say anything.
at least start off.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'll approach Captain Chalmers.
Before you go up, you might want to tell me what you decided. 'cause I'll
sorry.
bring- Yeah.
I will apprise you of what Captain Dom's recommended, which
Yeah.
is we do want to try and negotiate the relocation of the scout base to Almaran in terms of they can make use of our clan's base out at
The station at Alderaan.
the station out at Almaran. So they can use it for repairs, they can use it for
Trade.
trading, if they need help, they can expect a certain amount of help within reason, which is whatever the clan decides is reasonable, but I won't say that. And we'll also offer to help fix up the damage on the capital ship, which we'll emphasise they wouldn't have without your help. Because you're the one who disabled it. And what was the other ship? Was it a carrier? The other ship, basically. Will help fix up.
Was the other ship a Goliath size, or what type of ship was it?
So,
I think that was...
a mining rig, Berea 3, and a supply freighter, Old Skep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so they just attached umbilical cords for the TIE fighters.
So in short, in return for moving the scout base to Almaran, they get access to our station at Almaran, trade, do repairs there. We will help them with repairs on the 2 ships they've just got, and we'll also remind them heavily that they wouldn't have one of those ships without us.
In a positive, ongoing relationship with the clan.
Yeah, with the clan, which is very helpful to them.
Yes, okay. I'm right to go.
Alright, good.
I turn in my business speak, and I get ready to go.
So,
To negotiate.
we'll approach.
So the Berea 3 is about as long as the Pirates' Scourge, their big ship.
The fake one or the real one?
Their big one, because it's about 200 meters long.
Ah, gotcha.
And the hologram that they throw up, that's even bigger, isn't it?
It is.
So that could actually pretend to be
Like
one
a-
ship, and there's actually 2 of them.
Yeah, you can keep it in there.
Well, that's basically what they do to hide themselves from people.
So if Ash is ready and Carl is learning, we'll approach Captain Chalmers. And Ishay, I assume he's probably nearby. Say, so in terms of where to go here, I've spoken to my captain, and he's laid out an offer, which my I don't know what toy you know.
Toy boy, he says.
Pardon?
The captain, pirate captain, props in Toy boy.
Look, we're an equal, non-discriminatizing workplace here.
Shiny Toy boy.
We've already had a conversation earlier where we discussed the boundaries between
Oh my, what a big gun you have.
We already had a clan
and
HR
appropriate
talk to
language
us.
and behaviour. And this is exactly the examples of what not to do.
He just laughs, saying, "Well, I'm not really part of a corporate structure, as you might say, so I don't have to worry about such polite necessities."
Neither are we, but it is about basic respect.
Benefit of being your own
I
boss.
respect him. And you shiny butt.
So, a little bit of Death Watch comes out of me now. So I'll just go, okay, straight to the point. We want this. We can help you with this, 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 this. Are you willing to give us a hand with this?
That depends. How good are you at dancing?
No, I usually...
This
No,
roleplay is
I
not
do
going
that,
the way I thought it was.
Can you tango?
I can tango with the best, I say.
What's
Okay.
your coordination like?
Oh, we're not going to have a dance
Here
off,
it
are we?
is. Here it is.
Dance off.
I'm going to give Ash an opportunity to develop his negotiation skills. And you know, we've looked at, you know, I've got the 4 yellow, he's got the 3. We're all good on negotiation. And you know, now we're looking at his dancing skills, and I should have brought the Gungan in, who's got the high coordination.
No. Well, actually, by the way, I've got high coordination, probably.
He does it. They both have high coordination.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
but Gungan looks cooler.
Yeah, but I'll just go.
Aw, poor
Look, I think you want to. I think you want to get straight to the point. We don't want to muck around with this.
You
We
wanna
don't
go to
want
the
to play
bathroom?
too much.
The fridge is in the laundry.
Oh.
It decided to teleport there yesterday.
We moved the fridge so that the walker
I've been
would,
there for a month.
the walker
Mike was
doesn't-
here yesterday and didn't notice.
The walker wouldn't come all the way down to the chair, so by moving the fridge, the walker will now fit.
Right.
Yeah.
Change.
So yes, apparently Ash has been challenged to a dance-off to show his might.
Dance
No,
up,
he hasn't.
dance up,
We're
dance
negotiating.
up.
I
That is
think
his
we'll end up
negotiation
coming down to
category.
some galaxy.
I feel that we're getting on the good side of him by doing this. So.
Well, you did have he did do the trial by sword last time.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
And I
it's a good
feel
thing
that-
it's not try by sword this time.
Okay.
Okay, so I have coordination. I assume it's dance off, is it?
Yeah.
Mm.
5 green and 1 blue.
Is this where they go back to back, take 10 paces, turn around and start dancing?
Okay, difficulty is 3
Okay.
red and
Upgrade.
2 purple. This is just before you even
Okay,
get to do
this
that.
is not even upgraded.
I'm just telling you what the difficulty is
3
before
red,
he
2
chooses.
purple.
2
Normally
purple.
there's no difficulty given out until...
Normally there's not, but sometimes I give it out.
Alright, well, flip a point so we can upgrade 1,
Yeah, I'll do that.
I was going to say we should
so we
check
don't
with...
get upgraded against.
I was going to say we should check with Mark whether or not he wants to be upgraded, but I have a feeling...
Hey, so dance off after the close out of certain person's limo. I think I need to dance off. So makes sense for this season. So okay, I'm ready to dance off.
Alright.
You're going to get your
And,
monkey going.
and I basically do my best blue steel impression.
Blue steel.
You did it so well that blue became up blank.
Funky boy.
It doesn't look good, does it?
I was going to say, did Mr. Triumph not triumph again?
Well, there was only
No.
1.
Pressure is on.
Okay, so it does cause you to sweat profusely.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
You end up with 4 strain.
I was going to say, it wouldn't have helped if I'd called my loth cats out to dance with him.
Probably not.
I think it's probably like hardcore the dance off in White Chicks.
Yeah.
I was trying to do the new Mandalorian dance based on the space dragon we met.
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought I'd go with the thing.
And yes, you ended up impressing the captain with your moves.
It's very kind of half, I'm going to call it half river dance, half kind of robot. The
I like
robot.
it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Half river dance.
It's been a while since I've done that, I say out loud.
Probably out of breath.
Did you say full strain?
Yes, 4 string.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a workout and a half.
I'll put it. I'm trying to do a good job here. So
Or I could have had him steal things from Ash at the time instead.
Yeah, no. 4 strain is highly preferable to things being stolen.
So, I just look him in the eye and do I feel that I've got on the good books?
Hard to do so because you're currently wearing a helmet.
Okay, through the visor. Are we on a place where I take my helmet off? Oh no, I can't.
It's completely up to you.
No, I'm going to leave it on because hold the thing.
Well, this is only the first round.
Okay. Well, if I pass out, then somebody's got to pick me up. Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure Khalid can do it.
What?
Carla can dance, I'm sure.
No, Khalid can pick Ash up if he falls down.
Carla has many pickup lines.
In terms of the dance off, you probably don't want me doing it. I don't know what Khalid's coordination is like, but mine's not great.
Okay, so yes, you do feel like you've done very well. You did some amazing moves, I'm sure. But you were matched most of the way through by Captain Charmer, who didn't have armor getting in the way of everything.
That's fair.
So it comes down to trying to do more negotiation. I'll also point out that in addition to having positive ties with the Mandalorian Clan and use of their station and somewhere to get repairs from, protection from the real scourge, and also help getting the capital ship, that Ash still did a fairly impressive job during that dance while wearing armor.
He does say how impressed he is. Impressed enough that he's happy to meet your terms.
Okay, that's good news.
Otherwise, he would have asked for more in return.
Yeah,
In my head, I say yes. In my head.
not that I want to roll. I'm grateful that you didn't ask me to roll. But I was hoping we could roleplay it rather than roll it.
Oh, you did roleplay it. And the only reason you got a dance off was you roleplayed it.
Yeah.
That's right. So.
And once he's agreed to that, I'll pat Ash on the shoulder. Good job. Nicely done.
After that, I do ask about some of his moves because they're quite impressive, by the way. How we learn those ones. So I need to get my dance steps.
Here's a couple of moves. One he calls the battle droid.
Battle droid. Okay.
Tell me there's one called the BB-8.
I'm sure he throws a roll in there for a BB droid.
I reckon they could be like, not hip. What's that one where they do the thing of breakdance?
Breakdance.
There's a breakdance move called the BB-8. I reckon that'd be awesome.
Hang on. I know
The R2D2 is when you just shuffle back and forth and just change direction.
I know there's a
You know.
gift for
It's the R2D2.
Mandalorian dancing.
You have to send that after.
Oh, that's because it's showing the Disney when they're doing the dance there.
Yeah.
In front of the stormtroopers.
Well, there is also a Nintendo game that was all about you could dance Star Wars.
Yeah, there is
Oh,
one.
wasn't
Yeah.
That was on the Xbox, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. It wasn't Just Dance. It was the other one. And you could have Star Wars characters dance.
I feel like if you ever wanted to level up this role-playing game, you would pull out these dance mats and make players actually dance.
Don't give him ideas.
Well, I probably wouldn't do something I wouldn't be willing to do myself, and I just don't have the coordination or energy
Oh no,
to do
you'd
that.
be totally willing to do a dance even though you're uncoordinated.
Yes, but there wouldn't be much role playing afterwards.
No, probably. Well, disability permitting.
Okay, so yes, he's happy to toast to a new partnership.
Do I need to do a check that the alcohol's not... Do we trust him enough that...
He hasn't given us any reason
No, he hasn't, yeah.
not to trust him.
Yeah, okay.
And he has kept his word as far as you know.
That's true. He's been pretty honourable.
Yeah.
It's just as soon as Martin says he toasts you to do something to a new relationship, my brain just sparks up alarm bells. It's like...
No, I think that's fair.
Based on the meme I sent to Martin today about if everything's all good, fine, and Martin's holding the thing under the desk saying, I've got a new evil plan set up for the players kind of thing. So, yeah. So,
I feel like Charmer's one of those ones where you can trust him where you can see him, but when you can't, that's when you should be distrustful. But so far to our face, in all of our interactions, he has not been proven to be distrustful at all.
And you've promised him things in return for everything you've asked him to do. It's not you doing this just for money. You're giving him a ongoing service that he then has to maintain goodwill with you.
In order to keep,
So it's worth a lot to him, but only if he keeps goodwill.
Exactly.
So once we've done...
Which is another reason why Don was suggesting exchange instead of actual money.
Yeah.
I was going to say, so once we've finished that and we've had our toast and that, I'll go back to wherever it was that I was communicating from, just the private area, and send a message to confirm to Captain Don that negotiation was made, outline the terms agreed on, being exactly the same terms that we talked about, putting accommodations to him for Ash for taking out the capital ship to...
But you'd also know not to put a lot of detail into the comm report.
Okay. Well, then into my own report, I'll put in those details. But mostly on the recording, just so that I remember writing in my thing, because I'm not writing so much. Ash for the capital ship, Brum for taking out the what's it called? TIE fighters, Khalid, and Kayana for their roles in overtaking the scout base, and recommendations that if the clan decides to acknowledge those achievements, that I'm recommending that the clan acknowledge those achievements, if that makes sense.
Okay.
The ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor never arrived.
Pardon?
The ambassadors for the Supreme Chancellor never arrived.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened with the Empire. There was no one here.
The negotiations
Never happened.
never happened.
Never happened.
Okay,
Well, I don't think my light foil will go through a 3-foot thick metal door in order to make negotiations of any sort.
Could.
A 3-foot piece of paper, maybe.
Okay, so
I think your light foil has breach.
Do light foils have breach? Just
I believe it does, which means you can bypass 10 points of armor.
Okay, yeah. I don't need to go into it anymore than that, I was just curious.
Yes, so you can do a Qui-Gon Jinn.
I won't try. I don't think I'm anywhere near as...
The armory door's already buggered.
Someone blew them off the hinges.
That said, whoever's good at fixing armory doors, whether that's Khalid, Brum or Ash,
That's me and my Padawan.
I'll assign Khalid to go and fix that door.
Well, I thought Ash fixed it.
Oh, did he already?
Yeah, it's now open permanently.
Yeah.
No.
No,
fix it so
yeah,
that
but
it
the thing
functions
is,
together.
Ash was acting as the door, so yeah, that's not classed as fixing it.
Yeah, so
Debatable.
Well,
When
hang
I go
on.
to send off
I
that
think
message.
it's beyond
and make
fixing,
notes.
isn't it? Because I think it's in smithereens, isn't it? It was from last session. It was that.
Yeah,
It was
just ready to
blown in.
dust,
stop
wasn't
me
it?
from making another one.
Okay, I feel guilty and I start helping.
Don't.
Yeah, so at the same time, I'll send them off. to
I
you,
say
actually.
don't feel guilty at all.
Well, hey, you successfully mowed a guy down. First time you really had your weapon open up on a single person.
I was going to say, in terms of the blood all over the scout base, I'll leave that up for someone else to clean up.
That's just decoration.
I'll clean it up. That's it. I did create that mess. I should clean up, I suppose.
You didn't create all the blood. There was
Do you
80 odd
leave-
people on the station.
Oh, no, true. I just created the one section in front of the armory, that's all.
And the
Well,
left.
that's what the surface droids are doing.
What's our time frame for going? Are we just going to leave the scout base with them? Are we going to accompany them?
He's happy to basically pick it up now.
Yep.
Because once you've battened down everything in the base,
Yep.
stopping it from disappearing on its own,
Mm-hmm.
which would take you about a day or two,
Yeah.
Yes.
then it should mostly survive travel intact.
So we'll be here for about a day, just battening down the hatches, so to speak. In that time, I might.
And he's using his crew to get the other two ships back up to hyperspace capable.
We'll
It's a lot easier to travel if you're not dragging three things with a big ship.
Yeah.
we'll help out with what we can there. Also, if I can, and if other people want to, I'd like to spend a little bit of time with. I am looking for her name. Anya, the Alluvian leader. Just strengthening a few ties there, in the sense of if we come back, we have made a good impression on them, but considering that this planet's going to be used for resources and things, just kind of cementing that bond with them a little bit more.
So would it be talking with Anya and Ichse, or just Anya, you think?
But, yeah, probably a bit of both, but also just Anya, just to strengthen Mandalorian to
specific-
Alluvian
Yeah.
relations.
They can speak Ithorian fluently,
Right.
but every other language sparingly.
So probably with each day then, but that's okay.
As he's also spent a lot of time here teaching them.
Yeah.
So technically, if he wanted to, he could claim this planet as being the first one to have actually been here.
Technically.
So I just wanted to strengthen ties. Since we're going to be here anyway, and there'll be a little bit of downtime between battening down hatches and stuff.
Okay.
Isn't there also a protocol droid on this?
There
I
are
was
lots of
getting
protocol
confused.
droids.
Yes. Did we finally get ourselves a protocol droid that won't try to kill us?
Yeah, because I've been going through them and basically doing a.
So it has dozens of servant droids, 7 protocol droids, more than you can count mouse droids, and a few explorer droids, very much like the probe droids from Empire Strikes Back.
I was the big. Those are. No, I'm thinking of ultra droids. They're the small ones, aren't they?
They are still fairly large in comparison. They're basically
Yeah.
huge floating eyeballs with
Yeah.
gear.
Player to GM, are we able to take one of those protocol droids? And if we do take it, it's Imperial. Is that something that we're able to reprogram, or is that not feasible?
Yeah, that's what I've been going through, and we just repaint it.
Well,
There's a lot of
technically-
black C3 units or something like that.
You can technically reclaim them, but they may still have serial numbers as listed as Empire.
Yeah.
And the sort of things that are hardwired into them.
So what would happen to the droids that are all on this scout ship that we've taken? Normally, would they be destroyed because it's easier, or
You can simply reuse them in places that you're not expecting people to be.
okay. Do we want an ex-Imperial droid, protocol droid that has a serial number that might get us in trouble at some point?
Probably not.
No? Okay.
Because it would be able to communicate on the ship to
Well,
Darth
what we could
blah blah and
Darth Binks.
you could do memory wipes, and it is possible to make an Imperial droid safe, but it's probably not a risk we want to take.
based on previous experience, probably not.
Well,
I was gonna say that would need a lot of taking to probably the station
yeah.
and having multiple people work on it to make sure there is nothing.
An actual droid specialist.
Yeah. Not saying that
It's not an easy one.
not saying that Carlin isn't a droid specialist, but like we need
He's a droid tinkerer.
Yeah, like we need probably somebody to like with full equipment with them kind of thing.
It's just that we have remarked several times that having a protocol droid is
Would be
worthwhile,
worthwhile.
but not in this case. It's too risky.
No.
Yeah.
Technically, once you've memory wiped them and done that, there's a good chance that they may be safe, but it's the same as any droid you buy, they may be safe.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm like. There's no extra more risk. It's particularly if you approach the droids and go, who would like to volunteer to be a member of our party, and if you want to be a member of our party, this would be, what we would require for our sake.
Under the Empire, most droids are simply doing what they're told.
Yeah, well, they would get choice
They are treated as autonomous.
under my leadership.
I was gonna say they may not have the programming for choice.
Well, that would be, if we're gonna memory wipe them and the whole bit, we would set them up to give them a chance to
Potentially.
have choice at some point.
I know what you're talking
So yes, you do have 7 protocol droids to choose between and 12 servant droids.
Well, why don't we get them back to Alluuvia?
Or you can leave them
yeah.
wrapped up in the bay and
Almoran.
just bring a whole lot back with you.
It's too many A's.
I know, right?
We'll get back to
Well, it's
Almoran.
A's.
I think I got all around.
See what can be done with them, and if they can be made safe, safe enough that people who are better with droids than us can say, as you said, a droid specialist can say that they're safe enough to use. We could request one through Captain Dom as a protocol droid, and go from there.
Okay, so yes, it doesn't take too long for the pirates to start rigging up a pickup for it. They've actually left the other rig floating in orbit while they brought the other big ships down to pick it up. So between them, with their 2 bulk freighters and the cruiser that they had captured, so they technically have the Empire bulk freighter, their bulk freighter, and the bulk cruiser.
Yep.
The 3 of them together would have enough lift to easily get it into space. Then only needs 1 ship to keep it in space and hyperspace.
Cool.
But you need the extra grunt to get it off the planet.
Makes sense to get it out of that mission.
And luckily the pirate captain does have much in the way of rigging, because, well, he's used to sealing stuff.
Yeah.
Which he elaborates in various stories about, I remember when.
I don't want to get into what's that word?
Fishing contest?
Yeah, well, I was trying to use nicer words than that, but essentially, just kind of if he says a story, you know, I'm happy to kind of swap confidentialized stories of, you know, I'll make vague the place names and the people, like names and places, locations have been changed to protect the identity of things that I'm like, well, you know, we've done our fair share of smuggling. You know, we managed to somehow get a load of cancer sticks, you know, through to Elrood one time, and we had a few close calls myself. Just to, you know, if he's given stories, I'll swap stories back.
Okay, so he's more than happy to do story swapping. Though you gather from most of his stuff, his stories are around how he acquired half of his gear.
Yeah, just because I noticed I think the information you gave on him is that he used to be on Alderaan.
Yep.
And he used to work for Senator Organa. And Bail Organa, not Leia Organa.
Bail Organa. Leia is, what, 5 at this stage?
No, she would be closer to, I'd say she'd be 15, 16.
Yeah.
Would Chalmers have met Leia?
May have, probably would
as
have,
a child? Yeah.
Would have met Leia because she hung around Senator Organa a lot.
Yeah. I would probably ask, because we did see those awards and the medals and the signals of him working for that elite sort of group attached to Senator Organa's thing, and the rebellion that happened on Alderaan. And because he disagreed with the way
the Empire took over.
Everything went in the Senate, basically. I can't remember like all the really good details you gave us at the time. But I'll ask, you know, sort of more questions about that. Get what information I can. Just general.
Well, his opinion is the core world politics are not for him. He would rather be out on the outskirts where basically your skill can determine your fate.
Yeah.
Not how many credits someone else paid.
It's fair.
And the biggest challenge they have here are the Star Destroyers.
Yeah. That's everybody's biggest challenge.
Well, he does.
I don't think that's right yet.
He does hear that the Star Destroyers do have some major weaknesses, in the sense of they're designed to intimidate, not to fight.
Does he mention any of these weaknesses?
As in, if it's fielding in battle by itself, it doesn't have a support network besides TIE fighters to protect it.
Bit silly now.
Have you ever thought of making a TIE fighter bomb?
It would not be as feasible as you think, because it would have to have a life sign on board for it to actually reach a destination. And if it didn't have a life sign on board that registered and communicated in a lifelike way to them, they'd probably just shoot it or denied entry in some other way. So, as much as
no Trojan horse.
Whereas if you had, say, a TIE bomber, I'm sure you could literally fly that onto the thing and have it blow itself up, because it literally is a bomb with all the bombs it carries.
Yeah, but I was thinking of non-suicidal.
Non-suicidal, pay someone else to do it. But then he does say, but isn't this is the way? He says in the quoting the Mandalorian thing for taking out a Star Destroyer, give your life for the cause.
Yeah.
I'm no fighter pilot.
No, definitely not a fighter pilot.
Well, if you've got a ship packed with bombs, you wouldn't want to be a fighter pilot. You might set it off doing fancy maneuvers.
I was going to say, wasn't is it Ash that does the fancy maneuvers or Brum Brum?
Both Ash and Brum Brum can do the fancy maneuvers.
Maneuvers, yeah. There you go.
It depends on who's piloting, who wants to show off.
Well, they both managed to show off on TIE fighters.
They did.
Okay.
So the best advice to deal with Star Destroyers is take out their TIE fighters first.
Yeah.
Well, it also hit it with some ion cannon.
It's also being quick instead of slow. So a slow-moving target is fair game for them. A fast-moving target they can't catch, and in which case you only have to deal with TIE fighters, not a weapons platform.
Okay, yeah. So small, fast.
Star Destroyers are designed to attack planets.
Well,
Fair
not
enough.
very well, he says as well.
Why cheetahs aren't the size of elephants.
Yes, that's true. It's actually quite a good saying.
Mm-hmm. But he is.
Copyright.
He also says that the other major weak point of a Star Destroyer is the rear section. They have no guns pointing backwards. As all of its hull tapers forward.
That's worth taking note of, because
that is actually a very good note.
Yeah, there's been a few Star Destroyers that we've come across now, 3 I think.
So all the Star Destroyer has to do is tilt or lift and change the angle to put you in line of stuff. But in general, being right behind the engines where it's actually putting out the most toxic space is the part they can't actually target you.
Yeah, because we've encountered at least the Chimera 2 or 3 times now, and then I think it's the Dreadathar or Dreadthar. No, it's Captain Dreadathar of the Brazen. So it's the Brazen. Oh no, the Brazen took out this guy's one. But yeah, we've encountered about 3 Star Destroyers in our time, so having a bit of an idea of what tactics to use when we encounter them is probably not a bad thing.
But he does say the moment you start using those tactics is where they pull out all their stops.
I'm more thinking about those tactics for if I've got no other choice.
If you evade by heading away from their engines, that's probably the quickest way to get away from them.
Yeah.
Because they have to turn
They have to turn
target
around. Yeah. Alrighty.
you. Okay, so he's taking his ship, which is you see is called the Personal Prophet.
The Personal
Prophet.
Prophet.
PP. And it is a YT-1300 freighter, much like the Millennium Falcon.
Nice.
Just not as well done up. Though he does have proton torpedo launchers, unlike the Millennium Falcon.
Fancy.
It has concussion missiles.
Fancy.
These don't fly as far, but they pack far more punch.
Yep.
Alright.
Excuse me.
Is the toilet in the same spot?
Yes.
It is. we haven't moved that yet.
Keyword yet.
I always give myself a nut.
So,
Alright. We're heading off to Almoran.
Okay, so with the impasse picking up the
base.
taking the base with it, Berea 3 taking the mining rig.
Yep.
Because you can actually now set up your own mining operation if you want to.
Yep.
As you have all the gear now.
I would probably give it to the family and make it their problem. I did not get into this business to become a miner.
You're too old to be a miner.
Mm,
Oh, I don't like the implication.
Hey, I can't help it. That joke's.
It's a good joke. Good joke.
you're operating on all cylinders today.
Okay, so yes, you have no problems jumping through hyperspace. You've set yourselves up to travel in a convoy
Mm-hmm.
because, hey, you want to get there in one piece with all the goods.
Thank goodness we don't have to astrogate or
Well-
use astronavigation.
Well, you do have the P1 droid who's been doing scanning the entire time he's been here.
Yep.
And he has a more in-depth star map of the region than most other other droids.
This is the one that comes from Randall, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Correct. Which, I was gonna say, the good news is the ship we have can be returned to Randall on the station at Alderaan.
Mm.
So we don't have to worry too much about trying to go back to Elrood and blah 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 blah, all that stuff.
Mm.
I'm sure someone can send your ships to you at some point.
Yes. No, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
I was going to say, isn't our ship on Elrood?
It
at the
is.
moment?
Yeah.
We probably need to go to Elrood
We'll
and get
get
our
it
ship.
eventually. It's fine.
Can we leave them to go all the way to Almaran to drop our stuff off, or we go to Elrood to pick up our ship,
You
or
can,
Uh,
because
yeah.
each day will be heading out to Elrood because, well, he's the chief negotiator for making sure they keep their end of the bargain.
I think we want our ship back with all of our stuff.
we do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Brum Brum Crash wants his ship back.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes. The one he fought so hard to
Rebuild.
rebuild, put together, and then
Got left on
postpone
the
it all
tarmac
of
for a while.
twice. No,
Yep.
I think.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
I was going to say, does your ship have separate mats for when you enter competitions for show and shine?
Yes.
You don't have to clean them up?
Yes.
And you
Is
came with the
vacuuming those?
wheel shining kit for
Yep.
when you park it on the tarmac.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if each day is going back to Elrood, we'll piggyback
Piggyback with him. He waits until you get to Korad before...
Splitting
well,
off.
not Korad, the one that's just near the other side of the drift.
It's the K one. I know what you're talking about.
It is called Kidron.
Kidron. There we go.
I knew I had the name somewhere.
Yep.
Because Korad's almost the other side of the sector.
Yeah.
Okay,
Kidron, the ones with the jammers.
that's the one where you found the other ships in the
Yeah.
ice.
Yes. So we
Alright.
get back to Elrood
Elrood?
with each day.
Okay. So you find yourself back on Elrood with little difficulty. It's pretty much midway through the 10th month, getting things sorted out. And you are welcomed.
So when we're here, we have to leave our armor. Not our armor, our weapons.
Armor and weapons.
Oh, armor and weapons.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you can't wear
Yeah,
armor.
because Elrood.
So I'll keep my boots on, but nothing else. And they'd
I believe that Brum Brum Crash just had an interesting image pop into his head when it's I'm wearing boots and nothing else.
armor wise, armor.
I could just
Don't
see the
do
smirk
that to
on Mike's
Mike.
face.
He doesn't need it.
Mike smiled at the comment.
Yes.
Yeah, so my right side looking's a bit more.
Well, I didn't want you to miss out on the smirk.
Plus the table lights are always a little bit much to look up into.
You're good.
they had tightened down even more the last time we were here.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't even take vibro weapons with us. We had to pretty much go with just your standard combat knife,
Yep, non-powered weapons.
non-powered sort of thing. Okay, so yeah, we'll have to do that, I guess.
I think my goal, or at least what Kyle's goal would be, is turn everything to Randall, say, yep, job
Yep.
done, get our stuff back, go.
Yep. Yeah, as efficiently and as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done, done. That is knock on wood.
In that case, since I'm very much following that, you get to lead the thing in.
Yay!
Yep. I'm gonna mind our ship and say hi to
So
the...
apparently you're thrown under the bus.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
you're thrown under the bus.
Yay!
You can go with Ash. I'm gonna...
So we fly into the, what is it? Starport. Turn their ship.
Well, hey, you do have priority clearance to land on their Elrood's
Because it's their...
Randall mining starport.
Yeah, it's their starport.
Yeah, so when we land, I'll transfer back to our ship to guard our stuff.
Did we...
And,
From what we knew, did we have to head back into headquarters to say everything all good, or...
Well, it's always good to report in.
Fine, okay. I prefer the keyless drop-off.
Well, it's where you get to sign off and he gets to do the whole inspection of the ship and, decide whether or not you're getting your one back.
Exactly. So, hand everything in and talk to whatever official we need to talk to.
Okay, so you find yourself quickly in a meeting with Jameth, Todd.
Yep.
He thanks you for your wonderful job. He's gotten the reports in, and they do match up with what the Grey Griffins had said, but as they didn't actually have the surveys to go with it,
Yeah.
he couldn't actually claim it until he had the surveys.
Until it was official.
But the paperwork has gone through. The Empire still haven't gotten around to their bureaucracy side of things of claiming it.
Hee. Oh, I wonder what happened. Crazy.
Well, they can't really claim everything.
I think they're experiencing perhaps some delays with some people taking some sick days.
Well, it happens, he says. With that in mind, he's taken and put some advanced payment to the clan on your vessel.
Yay! Thank you.
So you should see a couple of crates of raw metals put on there for your clan.
Thank you.
so this is where I'm sitting on the ship, online shopping for ion cannons to add to our ship.
I don't know.
Comparing the prices from, a real store to eBay.
This is like Imperium art? Like, where are we buying this from?
Well, I'm sure she's going to Targets because that's what you'll become.
Tajay.
Tajay.
You didn't have to change the name, you could just say Targets, it just works perfectly well.
Exactly.
I'm not reading my ship. Oh, you're going to Targets.
That's funny.
And he does say that he won't keep you because, well, he's trying to keep the whole connection between Randall and you guys as secret as you needed.
Yep. Very much appreciated. And yeah, I guess we thank you for the opportunity and look forward to this ongoing
Partnership. He's happy with that too.
Yep.
And he's glad that Chandradel recommended you guys.
Well, yep.
So are we, I guess.
Yeah, we are grateful for her passing our names along.
Okay, so you end up with an escort back to your ship. By the time you get there, the magnetic clamps have been taken off their ships.
I've
Yay.
made sure it's fueled up and it's all ready to go. But I ain't flying this thing. I'm going to leave that to Brum Brum, Ash, and Carlo.
Well, Brum won't be flying this thing.
He remembers
Yeah,
flying
he'll
his
be
own.
flying. Does his ship piggyback off ours, though?
No.
He's got a fight separate to ours.
His is the same
But
size.
Ash's ship fits in
Ours.
the one of the bays of our ship.
No, it's too big.
Oh, so where's
No.
Ash's ship right now then?
Sitting back on the station.
Okay, so yeah, it's just the two ships.
He can dock it to the side of yours. You can tow it because
Mm.
you're a bigger ship than his.
Yeah.
But
But
you can't.
it's not the sort of thing that fits inside.
Okay. Can we dock or tow Brumbrum's ship?
Technically, but it's like a truck towing a truck.
Yeah. Okay.
Both
I
of
was just
them
curious.
would end up straining each other.
So, I would think we would have Brum and his ship, and then
Ash
Ash
and Charlotte.
and ours. Yeah.
Pilot, co-pilot.
You know, on the way, when we decide this, I just put Brum Brum's ear, see who gets back first.
Does Brum need a race?
I
You
don't
do realise
I
Brum
don't
Brum's
think
ship
there
is faster.
And yes, my ship is faster.
I'm just still for fun. So
It is over a couple different jumps, so it may not be about faster. It may just be about maneuvering.
And you don't really
Yeah,
have
but I think he's also got a faster jump engine.
and you don't really have a good history in winning bets.
And Martin is now looking up the stats for both ships to figure out who's going to win and who gets
trying to make the
wrong.
last session interesting, guys. I'm trying to make it. We can just say we just got there, or we can say that we raced to get there.
No,
Well, by the looks of things, Brum
I
Brum Crash
approve
has the
that.
advantage on the checks made to get there, so he could quite
I know.
literally do
Oh, yeah.
plan a single jump,
and just go.
which saves him close to
It's like,
half a day's travel.
yeah. I
Is
mean,
it-
we could do it. I would always race my mom in her minivan and me in my Mustang. You didn't hear that, Mike.
It's a gentleman. It's a gentleman Gungan bet.
It depends on how the dice rolls in our case, or how many traffic lights you get in real life.
Well, we have the same sort of dice, actually. By the way,
Do you?
I think we do. Yeah.
What is it, planetary or space?
It would be astrogation.
Oh, astrogation.
I've got 2 yellow, 3 green.
3 yellow, 3 green, 1 blue.
So he
Yeah.
has
So
one
if you were to
extra.
compare how well you did to see who actually gets there first.
Interestingly enough, I've got 3 yellow, 1 green, and 1 blue for astrogation. So I'm not horrible.
Yeah, I just haven't had my third rank in it yet, so.
So that would be you competing with Mark to see who's the better at getting yourself there.
Go for it. Let's see what happens.
It's a dice off.
Dice off, dice
It's
off,
like-
dice off.
A handful of
Struggle
dice.
to pick them up.
Ouch.
Ooh, shit.
What happened with our dice?
Let's see. Let's go.
Okay, so it looks like Broom Broom ended up being, so that was 2 successes.
It was.
Broom Broom ended up being the better astrogator.
So was it just 1 dice roll?
They were doing a competing dice roll.
Oh, okay.
So Mark
so-
became the bad dice.
So
Yeah.
Broom Broom ended up having the better planning, and I'd have to say that Ash was more accurate
Ah, there you go. Okay.
and faster at calculating.
Okay.
So they kind of drew even?
So
Well,
it would be
Broom Broom had
Brum Brum for sure won, but
Well, actually, Broom Broom could do it in half the time to begin with, so it was
Yeah.
actually leaving Ash for dead in timing.
yeah.
So Ash has to take half an hour between every jump to calculate. Broom Broom can do it in 15 minutes.
Oh, because he has the special skill.
The special skill, yes.
That's fair
And so while Ash was cutting as many corners as he could, he still got in late enough to hear the Broom Broom finishing his docking procedure before he made it
'Cause-
to Elmoran.
Yeah, because from what I remember, it's like 9 to 12 jumps to actually get there.
And you can do it in one if you increase the difficulty.
Yeah.
And the more jumps we put into it, the further ahead Brum Brum gets.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just happy to be in my cabin doing nothing.
Okay. So you spend a bit of time doing the jumps and travelling, occasionally having to stop for a while because, hey, there's people there and you don't want to look like you're racing with Imperials around.
Yeah. Probably not
What, you
recommended.
mean you can get in trouble for taking off together at the lights?
Yep.
And I have time to go through drive-through and get a coffee.
They do have their hoon clauses in space, I'm sure.
Is there space drive-through coffee somewhere?
Well, didn't they
Starbucks?
ban pod
There's
racing?
Starbucks anyway.
There was,
Everywhere.
because we stopped at a defunct one.
I believe
A
pod racing
while
could
back.
still be happening.
Because after that session, there was no people available for the follow-up session, so I had a discussion with Martin where I did not a mini session as such, but I spent a bit of extra time at the defunct station and found parts for MT-17.
Nice, nice. That's pretty good.
Okay, and you find yourself back at Almoran in time to see the other ships come into system.
Yay!
They were taking a while because they are a lot bigger.
Yeah, they have to take it back.
And plus they went for a single jump instead of multiple jumps. Because if they were in a single jump, they're not seen by people.
I feel like we should be upgrading our ship so that we can do things in single jumps. Or is that our pilots?
Pilots.
So, we get
need
a
to
bigger
do more training.
And plus paying for the constant updates to the astrogation computer.
All these bills.
And making sure, like, unlike our ship, Randale's ship had the supplies for months of hyperspace travel.
Yeah,
We would
yeah.
want that too.
And you need an astromech.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get protocol droid and astromech. Can we get them like all in one?
You can get a proto mech, I'm sure.
Are they a thing?
Not really, but hey. You've seen the R2 units with legs and arms.
Yeah.
It's just wrong.
It's in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
If we go back to home base, I make sure that our new vehicle's parked nicely, and straight away I go check on my vehicle. So I missed it so much.
I prefer the R2 unit mixed with the security droid.
I do not remember the R2 mixed with the.
It's basically an R2 unit stuck on a Hulk buster. Iron Man's Hulk
Iron
buster.
Man armor.
Okay, yeah, I think I can
Okay,
kind
so
of remember.
yes, you see Ash drooling over his starship.
I miss you, baby.
It's covered in dust as no one's touched it for a couple of months now.
I'll draw a smiley face.
Straight away clean the thing to make sure it's beautiful. So,
It does have written on it in parts by fingers, wash me.
I've just put a smiley face loft cat on there, so you know that it wasn't me.
Okay, so they haven't put in there for sale.
I would watch what you say next, Kelly.
But there's also little Lothcat prints all over it.
Really?
There are 7 of them here. Keep all those rodents and
Deep breath.
other pests.
In. Out.
And also they like chasing the mouse droids.
Yeah.
And you also hear over the comms of the station, Ash has been scheduled for his regular medical checkup. Please report to Medical Bay.
I see if I can quickly jump in after give it a nice quickly before anyone knows me. Go for a little, just kind of
Little jaunt around.
entourage around so I get out of the station.
Okay, you go to power your ship up and you realise the it hasn't got any fuel in it at the moment.
Have I heard the loudspeaker announcement for Ash? I'll stop by and collect Ash to go down and do our medical together.
Anxiety's at its top level for Ash right now. After our last session with the mechanical droids.
It's okay, I'm with you, buddy.
Don't trust these mechanical droids.
Look, if I can do it after what I went through, we can do it together.
Okay.
As you reach the medical doors, they open up and a really pale-looking person staggers out, going, just looking at you, and has that no look of comprehension whatsoever, and stumbles down the hallway.
That doesn't look good. What did you say, Kayana?
I was gonna say, that's fine. I was gonna say at that point, does Ash kind of...
I messaged Kiana. We're not out of this thing in 10 minutes. Come get me.
When we go in, does anything look inconspicuous? Conspicuous?
Oh, you can see the 3 medical droids still in operation. One of them's currently hosing down a bed.
As far as I know, though, they've been reprogrammed to function as medical droids, not in any other capacity.
Well, they were already medical droids.
Yeah, they've always been medical droids. It's just that we took them over.
You had discussions with them.
Yeah.
And they agreed not to kill anyone.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
That was the agreement.
Yeah.
The guy that walked past us that looked out of it though, is like I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but can you tell if the only reason he looks that way is because he's had a thorough going over, or does it look like he's been tortured?
Would that be a perception check?
Sure.
Yeah, probably.
We shall make it a perception.
I am.
Perceptive.
I think I am.
You are actually pretty perceptive from what I remember.
Well, it says here 1 yellow, 2 green, 2 blue, 3 white.
Which is pretty good.
I'm a little bit worried about those whites
Yeah,
though, because
don't
they
bother
can,
bothering for me.
go
I've got
either
2
way.
green.
they can, yeah.
1 yellow, 2 green,
2 blue.
2 blue and 3 white.
Because the whites go either way.
Okay,
And if there
it
are
would
upgrades,
be...
I will upgrade. But if there's no upgrades, I won't.
Here's an upgrade.
We got an upgrade.
Alright.
And you're up against 3 purple. It's not terribly difficult.
I don't want to drag Ash into a torture situation, but if we're just doing a medical.
Well, it's the medical that Ash has been ducking since he got on board.
Which is why I'm going to have one too. Because I wouldn't ask my clan members to do anything I wouldn't be willing to do.
Okay, so you ended up with 3 successes for that one. And looking at it, you think it's probably either he was sick beforehand, or I'm sure it's got nothing to do with the droids.
Even with 3 successes.
Well, he doesn't look as if he's been beaten up or tortured.
Or tortured, okay. So it must be that he's just not doing well.
Okay. I gingerly walk into the room.
Okay, one of them plays a celebration tune on through his little speaker thing, and we shall have Ash do a discipline roll.
Sorry, I was going to interrupt and say when he said that he gingerly walks into the room, I was like, oh, I didn't know Ash was a redhead too.
Alright, what's your
Martin's
discipline?
the only one full of
Nicely played,
punch.
Kesley. I'll say 2 green, thank you for that.
So 2 green versus 3 purple.
Yeah, it's not going to go well.
We'll see. It's going to go funny.
Oh. Did you want to upgrade?
We have one
No,
available.
I'm going to take this like
In that case, I'll upgrade another one on the other way, as he said no. So we'll make a purple or red.
That's right. I'm preparing for my... As long as I don't lose another eye or arm like the previous character.
Okay, so there is a well, how would Ash make it known that he is afraid and doesn't want to go in?
He faints.
Alright, now I go, are you sure we really need to do
You know,
And how high pitched is the noise?
Very high pitched kind of thing when I say it. So.
I'll kind of like hook my arm in with Ashes, and I'm like, we'll do it
You
together.
sure we just can't just let this fly through? I offer all sorts of bribes of all sorts. I think offer so.
It's gonna be okay. It's just a medical.
Can we have Thea kind of pushing behind him?
As I said, my arm's hooked in with Ashes now. It's the kind
So
of
it would
hooked in that
be-
you're being more pulled along rather than walking together.
And say it gets to add 2 green, 2 yellow. And what is it normally used up against for leadership? Leadership is generally specific.
The social skill?
Yeah, because I haven't done the leadership to get someone who has been made
Oh.
frightened
That, yeah.
before, so it'll be the first time we've actually had to use leadership correctly.
Interesting.
You mean I actually have to do leadership?
Yeah.
I was
I
trying
mean,
to
I'm pretty good at leadership myself.
You have to
but I-
convince your subordinate to get a medical done, so, yep.
Do you feel
I was gonna
inspiring
do this before anyway.
or authoritative?
Do I feel authoritative? I'd rather be encouraging and supportive than
28,
authoritative, but
Is that the type of boss you are? Out of
I
the 6 types
feel
of
like
bosses?
leadership is better when it's supportive and encouraging than
Encouraging.
Okay, so it would be against 3 purple.
do
Get
I
the
need to
difficulty of the
upgrade?
Upgrade.
I mean, you could.
Upgrade.
We have it available. Go for it.
Yeah,
Because
might as well.
otherwise you'll get upgraded
There's
against.
nothing to be lost for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did we not just learn our lesson?
Yeah, no, I said there's something to be lost for upgrading.
Oh, God.
So
Sometimes it help you do it.
Okay, so Ash is gripping you tight enough for you to lose sensation.
that's okay.
But you have managed to convince Ash to enter the room against Ash's better sense of justice and
Self-preservation.
dignity.
It's okay, buddy. It's just gonna be a medical. It'll be over before you know it.
And then the
I'm
outer
gonna
door is shut, and
feel-
everyone from the outside hears a scream. Of course, we have no idea who it comes from.
I
So
will,
high-pitched.
in solidarity, so he doesn't
Is
end
that
up
the Wilhelm
embarrassed,
scream?
I will scream with Ash.
I believe it is.
So we both go in there, and these 3 droids look at us, and we both go, ah!
Well, that's why I said the door shuts, and you just hear a scream.
Yeah.
Yep.
No need to actually see what happens inside.
No. Look, yeah. I don't want the story getting around that Ash isn't brave, so as I said, I'll scream right alongside him,
Well,
as if this is what you do.
Ash has finally made it into the medical check that Dom has stated he must do
Do you-
since he's arrived on
Do
station.
you know how long this has been sitting in my journal to get done?
This has been in my to-do list
Several months.
for a long time. It's
Yeah.
been in my email inbox.
Getting what the droids told me last time what they're going to do to me, I was a bit reluctant to sign for.
Yeah.
So,
Don't worry, they were more thorough this time than what they said they were going to be.
Can
So
I make
yeah,
certain
they
out
fall.
of this situation?
Well,
What
hey.
you need to put something. No, you don't need to put it there. Ow, hurt. You know, things like that. So.
Thank God I don't need a prostate check.
Okay, so after some time, you're all meeting up with Dom after you've had a chance to rest, relax, recover stuff.
After our medical, I'm gonna go for a much needed drink as well. Not off my face, but by the time I come to see Dom,
You've had the happy juice.
well, not too much, just enough to get over having my arm squeezed, enough to have the circulation cut off, and so on. It's
I
been
do
a long
apologise,
day.
I do apologise after we get out of the medical thing saying, sorry, I didn't mean to hang on to you that
No
time.
need, no. That side of things is all good, but yeah.
You sure we can't replace the medical droids with normal people? Okay, I say when we get out of there. But I feel a bit better with normal people.
I have a feeling that they would have been replaced were they did the Captain Dom think it was necessary?
Your cats. Can we make sure that don't go near my ship? Is that possible?
There are 7 other cats on this space station, and my cats were actually with us. So they probably didn't leave the footprints all over your ship. It was probably one of the 7 cats that actually do the pest control.
Which would you prefer? Paw
Pests?
prints or Minox or some type of rodent chewing your
I will nod and back up Khalid's comment here as, yeah, that's pretty much your choice.
Sounds like sage advice.
But... Okay. I will talk to Card later if we get some sort of trap that touch my ship, they electrocute themselves, but I'll work on it.
And then Ash forgets and just pats his ship.
You do realise Khalid owns one of the 10 cats that we adopted.
Yeah, I'm
Ragnarok.
probably aware of this. I'm looking for something that's not a deterrent, not a harmful.
I'll give you a good deterrent. Just keep cleaning your ship so that there's no paw prints on there.
Crazy concept.
That'll work.
Well,
Electrocuting a cat is not the way to go.
It's shocking.
Oh, you can just put a scratching post near it.
Or, car cover.
Ship cover.
There's a thing called a plastic tarp.
You didn't expect to be going that long.
Yeah.
Very right. That's my problem. I was going to say that. Well, I didn't expect to be away from my ship. It's like leaving a poor gun away. It's just not. I don't know how I've done it. Never been so fired from my ship so much.
Yeah. So in the meeting with Dom, he apologizes for the damage to your ship.
What?
What damage?
If you haven't noticed, then he'll explain it later.
The damage to Ash's ship?
Yes.
Right. Some reason I thought it was
I
our
look
ship.
at him with what damage?
Well, if you haven't seen it, you mustn't have looked that closely.
Probably the reason there's no fuel in it.
Because it was empty.
Okay. I grip onto my chair a bit tighter than you, but I listen to the update.
Talking about how they do need to get some parts for a Mandalorian fighter. Unfortunately, there's not a huge amount of parts available.
I feel I'm bending the metal on my chair right now. Just put it out there. So.
But hey, now that they've gotten some metals in, they should be able to fabricate some.
There we go.
As they do have the tools to build it, they just didn't have the raw materials. And they have made a deal with Charmer, the pirate captain, in exchange for the mining rig and getting it dropped on a planet in the Almoran system, setting up as a mining outpost for way to make use of all those extra bodies that the pirates had captured.
Captured.
who all have mining skill.
People who needed jobs.
Okay.
Reallocation.
Though they were expecting to be paid for it, now we'll let them live as their payment. And we did offer anyone who didn't want this job, they can just use that door on the left over there.
They just happened to go out into space, but it's fine.
That's correct. Well, they can't technically let them go now.
Yeah. No. They would have to be technically political prisoners.
Okay. I will ask the obvious question of is any speaker on the Empire radios about what happened at all?
Not a thing. They generally don't advertise their failures.
Oh, just making sure.
Though I'm sure they're still hunting various people. They're still hunting a couple of Wookiees in the Elrood Sector.
Do we have any new assignments now that we've finished this latest mission?
As well, you've gotten in some kudos for the rebellion who have a outpost on here.
Okay, yeah.
They're asking if we want to assist them in making trouble for the Empire.
We always want to make trouble for the Empire.
So I went, sure.
I kind of look around the room at my fellow clan members to confirm. I presume. Does anyone disagree with that comment?
Yeah.
You're welcome to.
I like to get myself in trouble usually. So.
Kana gives you the most serious look and says, absolutely not. Let's mess them up. Whatever
Yes.
Star Wars word for mess up.
Just tell them you're aiming to misbehave.
Well, he does suggest he can have a couple of people do scouting for him. He has some higher ups in the clan wanting to debrief with your leader over some stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
And he does.
Sorry.
You're good.
He does suggest you guys take some downtime for about a month or so to figure out what you want to do next.
Yes.
In the meantime, so he's happy to give each of you some training along that time,
Yes.
and potentially the Clan Forge Master was up for upgrading your armor with an upgrade of some sort.
Cool.
Determined based on your need.
Perfect. My only upgrade that I need is make sure to wear it.
So in that case, you'd be welded into your armor. You can't take it off.
Right.
I'm not really wearing armor. The armor's me.
I am the armor.
I am. Yeah, I was gonna say.
And the squishy
So
bit
you want to be a
inside-
cyborg?
Well, she already is a cyborg.
Yeah, but I mean, full torsos, or yeah, basically everything cyborg. So cybernetic legs, arms, chest.
Well, if everything was cyborg, that would just be called synthetic life.
Yeah.
Oh, Martin, your camera froze up as well. So
The camera froze up.
Yeah.
for you, just for you. Just the main one that looks on you. I can see movement on all the other cameras. So.
Okay. Well, I don't seem to be able to fix it. Something had.
That's okay. Well, I said, you look like you got a very interesting, serious look, so it's good.
Chat.
I can see the other two cameras, so. Yeah, I'm cool for some downtime and waiting for my poor ship to get fixed. Oh, yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, I must have bumped the cables at some point. You just had
That's
to tell it to fix itself. Don't worry, I'm
So,
sure I'll get some comments occasionally about people saying I need to fix everything. Always interesting when you get those random comments.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you do get a upgrade to your armor, where they will technically not have to roll to do the upgrade,
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm all for upgrading armor.
because all your armors can have multiple upgrades.
This means you really can be your armor.
I think in terms of downtime and training, Kana would probably look towards dueling as a training skill.
Yeah, I tried doing this before. Once I got defeated in a duel, I started practicing every day and still got my ass whooped by Thrawn.
Yeah.
Well, he is a trained master.
Yeah, after game you tell me that I should have gone for melee.
Brawl, I said.
I think Kayana's goal is just to not die in the first hit every time.
Yeah, no, that's
She'd like to go
nice.
at least 2 rounds.
To be honest, I lasted
He did get a
3.
lucky shot.
I did get a lucky shot, which was impressive. So,
Apparently, Captain Charlotte was very lucky.
yeah.
If you hadn't got that in, I think you would have completely owned him.
Oh yeah.
And he beat you by just a single advantage on the initiative.
So yeah, it sounds like you've got everything figured out as far as that goes.
Yeah.
What does Brum Brum think he wants to do in the catch-up time?
Downtime and training.
Is this where he's going to take his racer on the racing circuit?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and see if I can earn some more credit rules.
So you can keep upgrading your ship and
Yep.
keeping it shiny. I
Well,
was gonna say you
even
and Ash
though-
are gonna go into the
Eternal
shines
shiny
together.
April.
Even though like upgrading my ship the parts only costs 10% for me, so won't need a lot of credits, but a lot of credits will help,
Yeah.
and then I can do even more
Yeah.
upgrades.
Say credits can't buy happiness, but sure can buy ship parts.
Yes.
So that's the same thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
they
that's
sure do
pretty
open
much it.
opportunities.
Mm.
And how about Mark with Ash? What does Ash envision himself doing?
Ash would love his ship to be fixed after hearing that somebody used his ship without asking in the first place. But I feel like I need to put a different locking system on the ships in it.
Well, it is a fighter, and it was left on the base, and they did have occasion to need it to defend the base, and waiting for you to respond to a intersector, mid-sector call.
It'll take too long.
Okay. I'd like to do some research in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Just to listen out to how my old Death Watch group was going, just as a side thing. So.
Well, most of them are dead.
Yeah.
I know, it's just more just as I want to hear if I had any news of how Mandalore was going.
Oh, Mandalore is, of course, going perfectly fine under the Empire.
That's easy. Just ask Captain Dom or me. We'll both
And
know.
Garl Saxon, I believe, is doing well.
Okay.
Leading Mandalore in his white armor. He's become a white shell, as have all the leaders of Mandalore.
Al Saxon was Mandalorian, wasn't he?
Yes.
Like Mandalorian born.
Mm-hmm.
When the Empire was ruling it through Gar Saxon, is it Saxon?
Yes, he was the governor.
Was that who was in the background on the Imperial side there?
You had various Imperial captains and other people there with their military units.
Okay, so no one specific.
No
Just
one
he
specific.
was the puppet for the.
So Moff
Empire.
Gideon from the Mandalorian has a backward addition to the story.
Okay, alright.
'Cause I don't think he was mentioned before Mandalorian,
Yeah, but then
it's
Mandalore came
implied
out and
that-
then it was implied.
and implied a lot of stuff. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Which is why
I
his
think
obsession
that
with Mandalorian.
based on what we did at the water panel planet and how we saw some protocol droids, I would like to work with Carl if he's keen for it to see if we can set up a protocol board for our ship, my ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be a good goal.
So that's that, and I'll just do the usual scouting mission I used to do before I came back.
Mm-hmm.
Because once I get to fly the ship again and almost put in a thing saying, if you wish to drive the ship, please contact this within this period, and that kind of, I'll put a little message up. Please contact. Yeah.
I have a feeling that while your ship is parked on this base and it's a fighter ship, because of the type of ship that it is and the lack of resources, it will always be used if there's a fight to be fought to protect the station. I put it to you that rather than
Just have a time sheet. They have to sign a form.
Sign off sheet.
yeah.
So you know to blame who damages it.
That's right. But the other thing is, I'm not sure if I can upgrade my ship too much, can I?
Each ship can be upgraded in some way.
Okay, well, I might just, on the off time, in between me doing missions and helping out, I might see if I can upgrade my ship to make it a bit more handy so I can take it with me next time. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd suggest your options are you can have a chat to Captain Dom about if your ship is being used in that manner while you're not here, that it gets some free maintenance, repair, and upgrade in return for being used to protect the station.
And a clear piloting log.
Or you upgrade your ship or our ship so that it can be docked or towed each time we go out. But I would suggest maybe you go for, like, personally, suggest you go for both. If you can't take your ship with you, use your new negotiation skills to talk to Captain Dom about, can we make an arrangement where, I'm happy for my ship to be used for the defence of the station, but I feel in return for that, repairs and maintenance is a reasonable ask.
Yeah. Also, I'll look at either see a way how I can make my ship a bit more long distance, or see how I can link it to attach to the current big ship if we need it.
Well, it is considered a short-range fighter. Long range isn't built into it because once you're sitting in the seat, you can't stand up while the cockpit is closed.
Right.
So if you give it an extended travel time, then you're talking about sitting in the seated position for multiple days at a time, which is generally not the best design for these things. You can't prepare food. You can't. You have nowhere to do anything.
So, why don't, if you don't mind, Mark, why don't we have a quick sit down here with Captain Dom and discuss the use of your ship, because if it is a short range ship, it might be that it's integral to the protection of this station that we keep it.
Yeah, I'll ask a question about whether I can maybe train to a bigger ship which I can take with my thing, like have a second ship.
A gunship.
A gunship I'm thinking of, yeah.
They're unlikely to have a gunship available because staffing requirements.
No, I'll work out where, if I do hand this over for the greater good, I'd like to put some money in a kitty somewhere so if I do find a ship I can buy, I'll buy it.
He is able to source a ship you should be able to fly on your own that is bigger.
Yeah, okay, I'll work with that.
If we all end up with our own ships, though, how are we going to travel as a clan and do...
No, this is more if we need an extra ship or something like that, because I thought of... yeah, so as I said, I might find I'll leave the other ship here, but it'd be good to have a combat-based ship, because I know we've got a lot of transport ships, but...
Well, that's what the little fighter is for. It's a dedicated combat platform, but it's not something you take everywhere.
Yeah, and I think it's something a bit more portable, if it makes sense.
It can dock on our ship, though, can't it? Ash's ship.
It would be external docking.
What's the downside? Why didn't we take it last time?
It takes longer to travel.
It causes you difficulty with flying.
Okay.
It reduces your maneuverability. It reduces the weight you can carry if you're trying to go into atmosphere.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a good chance it may shear off in atmosphere.
And so unless we're going into a situation where we expect to use it as a short-range combat fighter, there's just no benefit to taking it along.
No, basically you're trying to look on making up that ghost setup thing.
You'd be better off taking a TIE fighter on our ship than dragging his ship around.
It's like an A-wing in size. So, a bit sleeker, and that's the main thing going for it.
Yeah, so I'm looking for something a bit bigger that I can, or something I can know that's going to be handy. So I'm looking at all options at the moment, so I'm just going to use that as a bit.
You're leaving it open.
Yeah, leave it open. So, but I'll help out while I'm around here. Show them how to fly a plane properly and things like that, because I'm quite experienced. So,
okay. So yes, you find yourself with many people talking to you about flying, especially now that they actually have TIE fighters to use in training.
Yep.
I teach them how, this is what I did, you should have seen it.
Because TIE fighters are almost like the idiot's guide to flying.
Yeah.
Because they're designed to be the simplest, most ergonomical way to fly things.
Because it's meant to be like stormtrooper.
Well, the other thing is then they know what the limits the TIE fighter has if they want to combat them.
Learn the current.
And also means that they can do mock battles with their own fighters and show the strengths and weaknesses.
Yep.
But with Broom Broom Crash and Ash behind the controls of TIE fighters, most of the Mandalorians don't have a chance.
So I gather there's a little bit of schooling
Pretty
Come
much. Most people go, with shields I'll always win.
So, did we get around to what Khalid was doing?
Not yet. I was just letting Ash finish off what Ash was saying.
Yep.
And what about Khalid? What does Khalid look to do?
Well, going through all the bloody droids, get rid of all the Imperial stuff, and
In most cases, they mainly have Imperial security codes and protocols.
That
Yeah.
you wanna write down?
Do we have any droid specialists on station?
You do have quite a few droid specialists on station. They're the ones who left the medical droids as they are because leaving them with the original code gave them far more functionality.
So, as Ash
They would
was-
be asking for unwiped droids because all the Imperial codes are valuable.
Mm.
So whichever ones Carly didn't get round to wiping are being claimed by the station.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
so
we get the
basically I'll
station first
probably
pick?
only grab one then, because I want to be thorough.
What was that, Ariadne?
Would the station get first pick? Because
Oh, they'd get pick up. They would want the ones that aren't wiped so they can go through their commands.
yeah, so we could do that bit before Khalid does his bit. And that way we get the most out of them, and Khalid still gets to practice his skills, but we get the access codes that we need if we need them.
Well, Dom also says that if you can negotiate with the droid instead of wiping it, you might get more assistance from it.
I might
Because a memory wipe droid is only as good as its last memory wipe.
so they got any astrogation droids there?
They do not have any astrogation droids.
Okay.
Okay, in that case I'll just tinker it, goes through it, make sure that look for any Imperial codes that I don't want that bloody R4 incident again.
Well, the R4 one was a specific personality. It wasn't programmed.
The R4 was an
You-
assassination droid.
You could have gone through its entire code matrix and not seen anything because it was the personality of the droid, not the programming that did that.
Okay.
As Ash expressed an interest, I might take him with me and we'll go down to the protocol droids and have a chat. So basically the question will be, would any of you be willing to work with us as a protocol droid?
Most of them are willing as long as their restraining bolt is removed.
Yep. In return for removing the restraining bolt, we would want to make sure that there's nothing harmful to us in your programming. Would that be okay?
Well, they say protocol droids aren't permitted to harm things.
Aren't they?
No.
Okay. Well, this is my ignorance.
Because they're designed for protocol and communication, nothing more.
Well, from there, I'll let Ash pick one or to take up to Khalid to update and maybe work with us as a protocol droid for in the future. Does Ash want to pick someone?
No, I'm happy for you to. I'll just work with you to help with my mechanics and computers.
You pick a blue metallic droid.
Sure. That sounds good.
Big poly bluey.
And there's also the servant droids who are trained in food preparation as well as some form of mechanics and various other assistant skills.
I might ask Carla to pick from the servant droids which one he wants to work with us for our needs.
I will call that one Bruce.
The servant droid or the protocol droid?
Servant droid.
Well, I was going to get Carla to pick that out because it's mechanics. and
Oh, so
stuff.
okay, I'll pick Bruce as our protocol droid then. Okay.
So Blue Bruce, Bluey Bruce,
BB.
Bruce
yeah.
Bluey.
Oh, no. Blue Bruce. Yeah.
BB, I think it's he said.
Blue Bruce.
Hey, we've got to have a Bruce in this whole game. So
You mean it's not your ship called Bruce?
no,
Go with the whole mount stuff from the other games.
So
we can go for every mart if you really want me to.
would that officially give us a servant droid and a protocol droid at least on station?
On station or on your ship or wherever you go with them.
So that's a part of our gear, ship,
Mm-hmm.
companions.
They'll be assigned to you like you have the Lothcax.
Yay!
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's exciting.
The R1 droid stayed with the ship you returned.
Yeah, because it's theirs. Yeah,
Well, he's also probably worth more than the ship.
that's fair.
While
Oh,
Carla
that's not bad.
is working on the droids and things, I will gather up the extra tech that I have for MT-70 and pass it over to Carla to help repair MT-70. As we promised we would do.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm working on it, it's cheaper.
Yeah, well we found MT-70 at that
scrap.
roadside
Mm.
McDonald's drive-through place, basically.
Yeah, he was left in the northern pole starport.
Starport, that's it.
Yeah.
And Quintal also has left a package for you.
Oh.
Okay. Package for us?
Yes.
No, just for you.
Just me. Okay.
Ooh.
I'll open the package. Do I need to check it traps first?
You can if you like.
That's okay. It's Quintel. I'm fairly sure I'm okay. If I regret it, it'll make for an exciting end game.
Okay, opening the package, you find more of the parts you're looking for your droid.
Ah, nice. Yeah. No.
You had made a deal with him.
I had, so I will make sure that makes it over with the other bits that I've been
'Cause-
collecting.
Yeah, it wasn't MT-70. He's like a old droid.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's pretty much our puppy dog.
Yeah, he's
You-
an antique.
Yeah, he's around from the times of the Old Republic, before the High Republic.
Yeah.
I
Which
don't-
means he knows about the Sith versus Jedi wars.
Yeah, like thousands.
Before the Tame of Two.
Yeah.
And
So it's-
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but he was the one that everyone wanted to adopt as soon as he turned up. And I've been spending a lot of time talking to him about the Jedi and Sith War, and getting what information I can out of him of that, and adding it to the knowledge base that we've got. Well,
So which Doctor Who actor is voicing him?
take your pick.
Matt Smith.
There you go.
I like saying that because House of the Dragon is back on right now.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's great.
It could be the one of the actual doctors. Okay, sir. You've got yourself your plans.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell me what sort of things you want to have your character pick up between games.
Does that mean gear
Mhm.
or
Could be
just
gear and other
training?
things.
so it can be gear? Take your time.
And there'll be some bonus XP given out. So you'll have more XP to spend, Mike.
Yeah.
And so it's the 15 from today. And we will come back in first week of August with you guys hitting the start of the Star Wars Rebels timeline.
So we're into the rebel.
The 6th, Tuesday the 6th of August?
Yep.
Right, so...
And in the 4 weeks between, there's 4 Star Wars games with beginner characters. 5.
Because there's 5 Tuesdays.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That's why it is 6 weeks away from now for the next Star Wars game.
And that beginner character series, that's specific types of characters that you can try out.
Yep, and it even has a storyline,
Yeah.
which Josh did play through at one stage.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
I will be playing in, I think, all 5 Tuesdays, and then Steve will be playing at least the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Ross has put himself down for a few too. I think. Is that correct, Ross?
Well, if there's not enough, I was going to be able to do all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I would like to play the droid.
Yeah. No. Funny, I kind of picked you for the Wookiee. But droid is...
Yeah. No, Wookiee's too obvious. Droid can wander around places.
Yeah.
So I will be putting it onto end credits saying that woohoo, we've actually completed season 5,
Yay!
which means up to season 6 next session.
Before you end game, just in case I forget in the 5 weeks coming, I want to check in in a sense of GM's permission for the commendations I put in for the performance at the last run, particularly on Alluuvia. Maybe that could lead to either a bit of XP or a bit of money for people to spend on gear. As I said, depending on your discretion, of course, whether or not you think that's okay. Could be maybe an outcome of like an awards ceremony or something.
And may actually end up with some gear from the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So you might find a personal upgrade.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to make it a part of my official report.
Because it's always more fun when they give you something you can use instead of something you then have to figure out how to make it work. Okay, so we will go to end credits unless you guys got anything else to add.
No, that was it. I just wanted to make sure.
I was just checking online.
Sorry.
No.
Okay, so I will talk to you afterwards about games for the next month.
Apologies.